10 Tips to Improve Kindergarten Reading Comprehension. Finding out reading is an interesting landmark for kindergarteners. Early reading abilities consist of letter acknowledgement, phonemic comprehending, mixing, view, as well as decoding word acknowledgement. Surpass worksheets to enhance preschool reading comprehending, and also ability with hands-on knowing tasks, video games, as well as targeted methods. Key takeaways: building comprehension. Construct a structure for comprehending by giving specific phonics guideline, and also strengthening brand new comprehending with interactive video games. Select books with repeated message that concentrate on subjects your kid delights in. And also read every one numerous times. Rep motivates comprehending. While you read, aid your kid make links by asking inquiries regarding the story as well as urging them to imagine it. Usage support graphies for reading comprehending. These can consist of suggestions regarding deciphering methods, making links, or envisioning the story. Start with a strong foundation. General reading success, consisting of solid comprehending abilities, starts with phonemic comprehending. Greater than just stating the alphabet, kindergartners require to discover the noises that each letter makes. Phonemic recognition likewise consists of blending individual sounds, isolating beginning and ending sounds, and recognizing words that start or end with the same sounds. Segmenting words into individual sounds. To play, welcome your children to chants, and also read the resulting word. Several of the mixes will certainly be nonsense words, however, that's alright. Rubbish words still supply technique mixing noises. Ask kids to recognize which words are actual, as well as which are rubbish if preferred. Kindergarten students should work on recognizing high-frequency words commonly known as sight words. Fry words and Dolch sight words are two such word lists. Play kindergarten reading games. Picturing the activity of a story is an enjoyable means to boost kids' reading comprehension. Roll word families. Beginning with 2 empty dice. On 1, compose word-beginning consonant audios, such as B, S, T, M, P, and also R. On the 2nd, create word-ending vowel consonant audios, such as at, op, an, in, ap as well as et. Guarantee that the children will certainly have the ability to integrate the start, as well as finishing audios to develop consonant-vowel consonant, CVC, words. To play, invite your child to roll the dice, and read the resulting word. Some of the combinations will be nonsense words, but that's okay. Nonsense words still provide practice blending sounds. If desired, ask students to identify which words are real, and which are nonsense. I spy send children on a CVC or sight word scavenger hunt through classroom books, with a simple I Spy game. Ask them to search the books for CVC or sight words, then report back on the words they find. Act out passages. Encourage students to act out a scene from a book they are reading. This fun, simple activity adds meaning to the words on the page, and helps children focus on and visualize those meanings. Bingo. Use a pre-printed sight word bingo card, or fill a blank template with sight words or CVC words. Create a few different card options and give one to each student, along with marker chips. Call out the words one at a time. As students locate each word on their card, they will cover it with a marker, until they have 5 in a row. Reading recommendations for kindergarten. When looking for books that kindergarten students can read independently, or with a little help, it's important to keep a few things in mind. Utilize the 5-finger regulation. It's also tough if a kid makes 5 mistakes reading a web page from a book. 1 mistake is as well simple. 4 mistakes may indicate guide serves for the kid to attempt with some assistance. The pleasant place for an ideal book is just 2 or 3 mistakes per web page. It's okay for children to read the very same book several times. Due to the fact that they are remembering the message, it might appear as if this isn't valuable for reading comprehension. Ending up being comfy as well as aware of message boosts reading word fluency, as well as vocabulary acknowledgement. Reading books with repeated message, such as The Foot Book or Get on Pop by Dr. Seuss, enhances reading comprehension. Consist of books with acquainted view words such as Big Brown Bear or Large Pig, Little Pig, both by David McPhail. Help students select children's books on topics that interest them. Keep in mind that some children prefer fiction books while others thrive on non-fiction. Try non-fiction books written for early readers such as Baby Pandas by Bethany Olson, Big Shark, Little Shark by Anna Membrino, or On a Farm by Alexa Andrews. Kindergarten Reading Comprehension Assessment. One of the easiest ways to assess reading comprehension in kindergarten students is the Informal Reading Inventory, also known as a Qualitative Reading Inventory. The IRI allows teachers to individually assess a student's fluency, word recognition, vocabulary, comprehension, and oral reading accuracy. Kindergarten students should be assessed in the middle and at the end of the school year. Children are usually asked to read a passage aloud. Reading fluency rate is determined by how many correct words a student reads in 1 minute. Oral reading accuracy can help a teacher determine a student's reading level and ability to decode words. Show children to ask themselves inquiries such as, what could experience a little opening? Would certainly it be something little or something huge? By reading words in context, children can discover to presume that small should indicate little or little. Model good reading habits. It is important for children to see that their parents and teachers value reading. Teachers can help by setting aside 15 to 20 minutes for silent reading each day. During this time, students and their teacher choose books to read silently. Parents can help by ensuring that children see them reading at home. Teachers and parents should read aloud to students regularly so that children can hear the role that reading rate and voice inflection play in fluency. Choose books that are above the level that children could read on their own, to expose them to new vocabulary. Parents should make bedtime stories part of their nightly routine. Ask questions. Improve kindergarten students' reading comprehension by asking questions. Before reading, look at the book's title and illustrations and ask students to make predictions about what will happen. During the story, ask questions about what is going on, what students think will happen next, or what they would do if they were the main character. After the story, ask questions about what happened, how the story made the children feel, or why they think the book ended the way it did. Help kindergartners make connections. Assisting kids make links is an additional efficient method for boosting comprehension. Provide kids a structure of what they read. Talk or enjoy a video clip regarding unknown experiences prior to reading them. Help children connect stories to their own experiences. When reading a book about a boy getting a new puppy, for example, talk to students about who has a pet. Ask where they got their pet and how they chose it. Teach comprehension strategies. Teach children what to do when they don't comprehend what they're reading. Teach students to reread the passage. Look at the pictures for clues. Think about what happened before or read what happens next. If those tips don't help, students may be reading a book that is too difficult. Don't forget the 5-finger rule. Build vocabulary. Raising a kid's vocabulary in an exceptional means to boost their reading comprehension. Offer kids self-confidence in their budding reading abilities by specifying unknown words beforehand to ensure that they do not shed the definition of the story. Teach them to infer the meaning of a new word from the context of the story. For example, if a student reads, "The tiny ant goes in the little hole," he may be unfamiliar with the word tiny but recognize little from his sight word list. Teach kids to ask themselves questions such as, what could go through a little hole? Would it be something small or something big? By reading the word in context, kids can learn to infer that tiny must mean small or little. Encourage visualization. Show children to produce psychological photos, usually called mind motion pictures or mind films, when they read. Inquire to illustrate of what is taking place or what the personality is really feeling or believing. Advise them to utilize their 5 detects to visualize the activity of the story in their mind. Envisioning the action of a story is a fun way to improve students' reading comprehension.